Hey guys, and what's up TFS? It's your girl Funsize, and I'm back with another fun creation. Welcome to another episode on Self-ish, where we learn how to boost our self-confidence through self-discipline by breaking bad habits and unlearning what we were taught growing up. Welcome back to my podcast, where today's topic is the ultimate power of small wins. We've talked about small wins in a previous podcast, but I felt as though I wanted to stress this significance even more into today's. So in our fast-paced world, we often get caught up in the bigger picture and forget the importance of celebrating tiny victories. Hence why I wanted to do this podcast again for everyone. But little do we know, small wins can be a game changer and help us conquer our goals. Small wins are like mini trophies. They are personal accomplishments that add meaning to our lives, contributing to the success of our larger goals. And from crossing off our task on your to-do list to learning a new skill, these small features are tangible proof of progress. Experts have often proved that celebrating small wins can boost motivation and productivity, creating a positive domino effect. The more you acknowledge your progress, the more encouraged you are to keep going, with each little win building upon each other to ultimately lead to larger victories. So if you are not celebrating and honoring those small wins, as I've stressed before, then this is the reason why it seems as though you were never satisfied when you achieve your end goal for your large win. You always have that mindset of, okay, what's next? What am I doing wrong? Why do I feel this way? Instead of asking yourself, well, what didn't I celebrate? Well, how did I get here? What helped me get here? And actually sitting down and honoring that help, those resources, those tools that help you become the well-rounded individual that you're trying to become and help you get to your end goal. So initially, when you're starting off, you're not looking at it as though, okay, well, this is something that I have to do. You're looking at it like this is something I want to do. So why are you not wanting to celebrate those small wins that will encourage you and inspire you to keep going? Especially when it comes to learning a new skill. You definitely need to be more kind and compassionate towards yourself when you are trying new things, because we also talked about stepping out of our comfort zone and the benefits of it, but we didn't talk about the reasons why people don't want to come out of their comfort zone and why it's so much of, I want to say, a hesitation when it comes to even wanting to try something new, like running a business or getting a new job or starting an exercise workout program. All of those things come to you because it feels as though it's an obligation or something that is, I have to do it. So for lack of words, we'll say it's homework. When in all actuality, it's something that you need to acquire in order to get where you need to be. And if you start looking at it like, oh, well, this is a stepping stone for me versus, well, I'm not even acknowledging you at all because you're not where I want to be, then you're going to, it's literally self-sabotaging, but until you change that mindset, that's the best way I can put it. It's self-sabotaging until you can change that mindset. And small wins can also be a lifesaver when you face setbacks and obstacles, as I've said before. So instead of giving up, focus on your small wins and allow them to build momentum, keep you moving forward and conquering those obstacles. So I'm not going to wrap your ear off too much with this podcast. But as I've been preaching to you guys, in order to boost your self-confidence and build your self-confidence through self-discipline, you need to be more mindful of how you treat yourself, how you talk to yourself, and the things that are around you. You cannot underestimate the power of small wins. You have to celebrate each little victory and watch as they help you achieve your larger goals. That's pretty much all I got for y'all for today. That's the ultimate power of small wins. And I feel as though in today's society, it is something that we are taking for granted, for lack of words, even though it is something that can help us in the long run. And I really want to stress this even more by saying, if you have the mindset of believing that everything attached to me will win, everything I am seeking after, I will achieve it, literally, like I tell everybody, GGM, God got me. Like, there's no other way I can be. So I have no choice but to celebrate those small wins. That's why y'all always see me so energetic. That's why you always see me so happy. That's why y'all keep getting these podcasts back to back to back. Because as I stressed before, I would be more hurt and heartbroken over the fact that my message never got across. My vision never got seen by the audience and the target audience I wanted to target. So, speaking of that, there's also a book that I want to actually give you guys so it can help you as well when it comes to learning your triggers and your cues in order to help yourself on your self-love journey. There's an author by the name of David Richo, that's Richo, who is also the author of How to Be an Adult in Relationships. He came out with a book that I read this year that was called How We Can Stop Reacting and Start Healing Triggers. If you are interested, definitely check that book out. It will definitely help and motivate your self-love journey, as well as a book by a young lady in my previous podcast that I mentioned to you all, who goes by the name of Amanda Gilbert, and her book is called Kindness Now. Between these two self-help books, this is the reason why I am here today so confident enough to say to y'all, these are the things that you need. These are the tools. These are the resources. And if you are not celebrating your small wins, you will not appreciate your larger wins. Like they tell y'all, it can't be roses without any rain. You understand? Oh, that was deep, girl. That was deep. I know. Can't be any roses without the rain, baby. So, if you ain't over here celebrating them small wins on your days that you ain't feeling like it, without me feeling like I'm becoming repetitive with the same things, even though we've done another podcast about this topic, then you are literally setting yourself up for destruction. You're self-sabotaging, and I hate that word, but it is what it is. You're self-sabotaging, and you are not learning how to become selfish. You are not unlearning the things that you were taught growing up, and you are not learning how to break bad habits because you were still moving on the same brainwave that you were moving on before you even started this journey. If you are still on the mindset of, well, I'm not celebrating the small wins because I'm not even acknowledging the small wins, you need to start over. You need to go get that journal, sit your ass down, do some self-evaluating, and start really figuring out the inner work that needs to be done in order for you to even get to that stage in life that you were trying to achieve. With that being said, y'all already know how I feel about my long podcast going over time. I'm going to let y'all get this out of here, and hopefully you are literally doing the work that needs to be done and not just talking about it. I've learned a lot of people over time just want to vent and complain instead of actually getting the help that they need. So if you are not getting the help that you need, but you are tuned into these podcasts on a day-to-day basis, even if you just now found my podcast for today, welcome to the team. Welcome to the family. Happy to have you here. But make sure you take away something from each podcast that you are listening to. Leave me a voice memo. You can definitely send me voice memos on Instagram, Facebook. You can do TikTok as well. I don't think TikTok has the voiceover audios. I haven't gotten any through TikTok. It's all been written out for me, and I gotta read everything. Nonetheless, I don't have a problem with reading it, but I do prefer the voice notes to be better. But send me a voice note if you need the help, if you are on the journey of wanting to learn how to unlearn what you were taught growing up, changing the bad habits that were taught to you, and boosting your self-confidence through self-discipline. You are in the right place. So definitely do not hesitate to reach out to me. Do not let the age thing scare y'all, because I look like a kid, but I'm not a kid. We all know I'm in my early 30s. So age ain't nothing but a number. You feel me? Like, if you got the knowledge, they even tell you that in school. While I'm trying to get my mindset coaching certification, they definitely let it be known. A coach does not need a certification if you have the knowledge and the skill to teach it, okay? So with that being said, guys, I'm here to teach you what you need to know, and we ain't worrying about anything else that's coming in as far as distractions and as far as people trying to get us on the brainwave, not even a brainwave, but the same negative pathway that they taking. I'm going to leave it right there, and like I said, hopefully you're taking away something from these podcasts. Hopefully you got your journal. Hopefully you're writing it out. If you don't and you need help, send me the voice note so we can get you where you need to be, so you can become that overall well-rounded individual, how I stress in my other videos. But as we do every video, every podcast, I'm now going to insert the outro. So, love you guys. And like I said, hopefully you learned something from this podcast as a takeaway. And if you are looking for more ways to fall in love with your self-love journey and you don't want to wait for a podcast, check me out over on my YouTube channel at Funsize Creations, where you can see me and all of my facial expressions and my shenanigans. You can also check me out over on TikTok at Funsize Photography, so you can check out some of my portfolio work, as well as I'm getting everything together with teaching you guys how to boost your self-confidence through creating self-discipline. So literally, that's the end of this podcast. I'll leave it right there, even though I'm going to add the outro right about now. With that being said, guys, if you are looking for help on your self-love journey, you are looking for an accountability partner or someone who can actually give you that little push that makes you feel like, if I just had that little bit of help, that little bit of energy, that little bit of courage, that step-by-step program and process that can help me, you are in the right place. And I want to say thank you for being a part of this team. With that being said, guys, I'm going to end this off how I end off all of my videos by saying, be you, do you, and be true. But more importantly, remember, learn to love yourself before trying to love someone else. Get out of here and do one thing today that will get you out your comfort zone, because somebody has to say it. Later for now, guys, and brrr.